Okay guys, so alright, let's start from the top. 300's on the dyno. I came into the shop this morning. I had it on the dyno last night. I did one pull and then the car kept blowing the fuse for the starter, which is actually this fuse right here. Kept blowing one of those. I went under there. It looked like one of the positive wires for the starter was actually arcing on the housing itself. So went ahead, took care of that, was able to do a second pull, and finally, this is the results that I'm looking for right here. See that? 317, 319, 258, 258. That is on 7.5 PSI, straight wastegate, and finally, we've got some repetitive results. Now I can go put some timing in it, and then dial in this boost controller and turn the boost up. So let's go make some more pulls. We're gonna look over the map right now. Fuel's dialed in. Just gonna quickly look it over, and let's start throwing some timing in there. All right, third pull with the new diff. Put 2 degrees up top, and wow, did it like that 2 degrees. It really liked that 2 degrees up top. So we went from 320 to 375, same amount of PSI, 7.5, but I am gonna go confirm that here in the logs. Told you guys before, I was running very conservative timing up top. I'm gonna keep working it up, but for now, let's go ahead and look over this log. So we hit a max of 10 pounds here. About time. Seriously. It's about time we started making some action on this 300. This car has been not wanting to leave the shop. It's been fighting me for like the stupidest things. There's always some little issue, whether it be from the manufacturer or whatever it is. But let me give you guys a quick rundown here. This boost controller came alive around 70% duty. So that's why I have it right now. Turned it up a little bit to 75, and that's where you see on the dyno, the 431. So at 15 pounds of boost, it's making 431. Everything is super soft. Timing is really soft still. I actually took a few degrees out of it just to make a couple pulls, because it doesn't make sense to beat up on it at full tilt. So I'm gonna go ahead, now that I have a good starting point again, I'm gonna go ahead, keep playing with the duty cycle down low, see if I can get these turbos to ramp in a little bit faster. And yeah, hang tight, y'all. Okay, so we've got 4 pulls in, a little bit over 4 pulls, but 4 good pulls. And this last pull was a max boost of 13.5 PSI right at the very tip. Doesn't look bad at all. Yeah, I just got to keep playing with it, you know. Put a little bit more duty into it, so let's see what that gets us to. I have the boost cut set to 18 PSI, and I'm targeting about 15 pounds. So let's see if we get 15 pounds or not. And the goal tonight is to break 500 wheel. I mean, this only is on 93. Will it do it on 93? Absolutely, 100%. We really want to start seeing an increase in power when we start to mess with the E85. Again, I'm waiting on AEM to send this -6 adapter so we can get that going. But until then, let's have fun on 93. Hang tight. Let's go for another rip, y'all. This has been the best day I've had with the 300 in a long time. Still had some setbacks, go figure, but you know what? I'll take these setbacks for what it was. This is what we ended up making here. You can see a pretty repetitive 524, 528, 526, 532, and that's all on 15 to 16 PSI. There is one run here that the power dipped pretty bad. It dipped down to 408. And I immediately thought that was a boost leak. So I came, looked around, all the couplings were good, but all the plenum bolts were actually loose. No matter how much I have the boost controller ramped up in the duty cycle, I'm not getting past 16 PSI. Okay, so I got home yesterday after doing a couple pulls on the dyno. You guys remembered. We made a good amount of power. At 16 pounds, we ended up making 532. The more I bumped up the duty cycle, the lower the horsepower went. So what was going on there was the turbos are simply maxed out. No matter how much I put up the duty cycle, we're not getting anything more. All we start to do is lose power because the turbos are choking themselves. So with that being said, that's it. There's gonna be no more 300 content as of now. You know, max the turbos out of 93. It is very healthy, and that's where we're gonna leave it at. 530 wheel, 16 PSI. I could put more timing in it, of course, but it's not needed. I say a good game plan for this, let it chill on 93 over the winter time. It doesn't make sense to put ethanol into the vehicle for the winter time to get what, 50 more horsepower. So we're gonna keep it on 93 for the winter time, bring it back possibly next year or whenever the customer wants, go bigger turbos, go twin disc, and just max the whole combo out, you know. I don't see why this vehicle shouldn't be into the 8s, honestly. You know, built block stock heads with cams, it should definitely make its way into the mid 7s, if not 8s. It all depends on which turbos go on there, obviously. The rest of the day, it's gonna snow a little later. I got the smart car out here. So for the rest of the day, we're gonna take the 300 out, drive it around, make sure the diff is happy, make sure the drivability is nice and crisp, and just do it for content, baby. Hang tight.